Well, my name is Charlie Davis, and I've been a part of the missions program here at Grace Baptist Church for a number of years and been to lots of different places in North Dakota, in Alaska, in Cambodia, in Papua New Guinea, among other places.
My name's Noah Wyatt. I've been coming to Grace for a few years now. I've been an intern with the high school ministry, and we went to Ecuador this past summer back in July with a handful of our students. Yeah, we got to serve a few different communities out in Ecuador. We were served out in Quito. There was a small church out there. And then we went out to the jungle in Santa Ana, and we got to serve different communities out there with Pastor Dario with the outreach that he's had and be able to do a couple of VBSs in different areas. And then the adults were able to go out and actually have some time with the adults in the communities and just be able to share the gospel with them.
I think one of the major things that we are able to see God working at Go Trip is just the ministry that we were able to have just by stepping off the plane. That having visitors, from your home church, be able to come and just see what you're doing out there was a huge encouragement to them. It's a very relational ministry. Some people tell me, why don't you just send money out there? Well, money is one thing, but money's kind of cold. And to be able to just be a body, to go out and personally witness what God is doing out there is a really good thing. And it's a really big encouragement to our global partners to have us come out there.
One of the biggest ways I got to see God working out there was watching the kids from our youth group just be able to love on the kids that were out there in the VBS, and to be able to just play games with them, to be able to do a skate with them. And even though there was a language barrier, they were still able to love on these kids, and to be able to see that was just so encouraging and only just an example of the love of Christ in their life just overflowing out. It was just beautiful. Saying goodbye, leaving was really hard because you were able to just make such great connections in such a short amount of time that when we were leaving, I kept cracking all these jokes, and I was like, yeah, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. So I'm just gonna make jokes in order to fight through the hardship of saying goodbye.
At least for me, the anxiety is far worse than the actuality. You can be anxious about going into a different culture. You can be anxious about going into the third world country, going into the rainforest jungle. And all these things are things that God has used to expand my comfort zone so that I can be comfortable in those situations.
I think some of the biggest people that impacted me would be Pastor Dario out in Santa Ana. Just to see his faithfulness. He was trying to have an outreach to a community called the Amazonas, and it wasn't very fruitful at the time. And then we come back a year later, and just to see, they call him Pastor Dario, and they ask him questions, and they want to hear about the gospel, and they want to know what the Bible is teaching. And just to see the joy and the love and the service that he does for each and every one of these communities that he has an outreach for, and his desire to just reach more people. Even when we're at his house, he would sit in the lowest chair off so that we could all sit at the table and eat together. And it was just the humility that can only come from knowing Christ and having a love for people.
What would you say to someone who's considering going on a mission trip?
Don't waste the opportunity. There's room for everybody. And so I would encourage you to just do it. Let God expand that comfort zone.
If the Lord is opening a door for you to go, I say jump through it. It is 100% worth it to see how the Lord is working in a different area than where you are currently, and see his hand and his faithfulness to the people all around the world.
I feel as if I've left a part of my heart there. I know that sometime, God willing, I would really be interested in going back and seeing them, even if it's just to step off the plane and give them a hug.
The people you meet, the conversations you have. I still wear this Ecuador bracelet just because, there's a piece of me there, and so I kind of want to be reminded of
that. I want one of those feet.